yourselves for battle, heroes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Division A of NGS. We've got Pepegas on ice on the left-hand side with Tom on the Diablo, Torrens on the Kira, Jake on the Anduin, Bishop to play the Mephisto, and Sil will be on the Orphea. On the right-hand side, we got gillyShark at Bingo Night, Ekeb on the Tychus, Chess to play the Blaze, Hydra on the Muradin, Stark on the Chromie, and Thunder playing Stukov. All right, we got a gamble going right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, get your gambles in. Will Orphea finish her level 1? I'll read you the description when she does take the talent. It is basically you got to hit 3 enemy heroes with a singular cast of Dread. So you got 2 minutes. Will Orphea finish this growing nightmare? It is not easy to do. It's very uncommon you get this finished out, to be honest, in my opinion. Hit 3 enemy heroes with a single cast of Dread's Eruption. So there you go. Get your gambles in, ladies and gentlemen. I fully believe in her, and I have no idea if she did it. Yep. That's what I like doing. That's why I like some of these gambles, because like it's like a lot of people, if they played the game, they'll remember if they won or lost. But when you get into like these nuanced things, it's just like I played the game, I don't even know. There was one time when we did a Falstead questing for like the same thing as we did in the last map, and the player was in chat. They're like, I was the Falstead, I don't even remember, and I think like the game happened like the night before or something. So it's just always fun, so that way we can get some fun gambles in. As we still have a minute left on that one. First objective phase will be Arcane Punisher in the top lane. We've got gillyShark at Bingo Night grabbing themselves a Impaler camp for mid. We have the Pepegas on ice doing the exact same thing on the left-hand side, a little bit faster as we jump down into bottom lane. Diablo's still soaking up those minions for his souls. You always finish your E-Quest in ARAM? Always? Coarse and rough and irritating this game. What a concept. Coarse, rough. What are you throwing sand at people? It took me a moment. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, but you're not coarse or rough or irritating, Stark. I was like, you're the opposite of all those things to me. Alrighty. Ooh. I made some lemonade this morning, and it is delicious, actually. I just squeezed a shit ton of lemons into a jar with water. Lemonade. Bit of back and forth, just peeking around the map right now as Kira pressures Chess in the top lane, but he will not fall. It's going to be a little twin flame out. As we get our first Punisher up and available in the top lane, left-hand side will have the Fallen Shaman finished out by Orphea and Anduin. We've already got the camp for top lane. Chess actually going to reset in top as the irritating Sand finds a kill in mid lane. gillyShark at Bingo Night. Oh, wait, no, they didn't get the camp. Oh, there was a ping. I misread. I thought the ping was the camp getting got, but no, they were pinging to go to the camp. Nice invade from gillyShark at Bingo Night, reading the enemy's positioning on the map and taking that very quick rotation. Thundercats will start out the objective with Ekeb. We've got Stark throwing in some sand, being irritating. Alrighty, that's enough of that. Diablo makes a Shadow Charge onto Chess Leader. He's going to take a bit of damage from Bishop Miss, but Chess Leader's going to double soak for the allies. I think the expectation is that gillyShark at Bingo Night should get this. Muradin, Lazy Hydra zoning. Stark's going to tap well for mana. And Blaze, Chess Leader, just double soaks, picks up level 7 during all of this. Momentum big for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night in this map number 1 in this best of 3 series for Division A, as the Shadow Charge will connect onto Thundercats, getting really low on the Stukov, will go down, trying to get the healing pathogen out. Lazy Hydra wants to get a counter kill onto Diablo. His Soul Shield will proc. I do believe I thought I saw it proccing. And Kira starts working on the objective. Now this is actually absolutely fine right now for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They don't need many skeletal defenders. They need 1 actually. And I will go over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. I was wondering if they were holding a little bit to get Stukov's death timer reduced so he can be available for the siege here. In the rhythm, by the way, not in the rhythm. Bigger they are for the Tychus at level 4. Jump onto Diablo. Tychus dashes forward, starts shredding through that health bar of Diablo. As you see, that soul shield was active, 54 on the soul shield at the moment. As the slowing stance from Orphea will be, or onto Orphea, but it's Kira who's the target. Will go down. Big jump from the Punisher. Lurking arm from the Stukov. Is there a grenade from Ekib? Can I check Ekib grenade? Okay. No kill on Diablo, but this is a top lane fort to go down during the first objective phase. Meanwhile, Chest double soaking for the allies. A couple kills, the fort and the double soak is going to yield a solid level lead over to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight, who are going to be getting their 10s first. At least that's the expectation with their current momentum and their trajectory. We'll see how the other numbers look while we wait for those 10s to pop up at the top. Did I dyslexic there? We wait for the 10s to pop at the top of the screen. Lazy Hydra does go down. That's a good chunk of experience over to the side of Pepegas on ice. Fisto, Bishop Miss, grabs the camp in bottom. I don't think they're going to be contested on that one with Muradin dead for the 5 seconds. Chromie getting full mana back at the Hall of Storms. Tychus around 50% on his bar. Everyone else on the opposing side looking pretty good. 2 to 3 in kills, but you can see the experience is quite close in those later game heroic kills. You finished watching the first cast? Welcome back, Ektar. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you enjoyed me flaming you ever so slightly. Commandeer Odin, Bunker Blaze. We'll be seeing Murden with the Avatar. Slowing Sands, as we saw earlier, and Flailing Swipes from the Stukov as the slow... we had a Lurking Arm combo onto Diablo. He was getting held in place. Good Stormbolt from Murden. Bishop missed. Might go down here. The Jet Propulsion's the stun that they need, and the Twin Flames from Chestlooter coming in just in time. Now Diablo's got his full souls. No, I lied, actually. I misread that. He has his reduction on souls necessary. Orphea finishes Growing Nightmare. Mr. I'm Stuck, what's up, bud? Orphea finished Growing Nightmare just now. Believers, you're going to be walking away with some cash, some bandit bucks. Let's go, let's go. Commandeer Odin will expire. Next Punisher is bottom lane, Mortar Punisher. Kira trying to find some value in the top lane during all of this, as the mid lane Impaler camp. I was wondering if they're going to push in with this, but I think it's a rotation to kill Kira in top, potentially. She doesn't see the enemy on the map. Okay. Muradin, she spears over to... Does he have stun on 7? No. Yes, he does. He has Skullcracker, so she's dead. She can heal off this a little bit, but yeah, even Anduin and Diablo, they actually break off, and there's Kira falling. We do have the vision from Time Walker's Pursuit, sorry, from Stark, so that did get vision on the enemy camp for a few moments there. 4 seconds on the reveal, 4 extra seconds if you reveal an enemy, so that was 10 seconds of vision on the Diablo and Mephisto, I think, or the Anduin, seeing that the enemies were on that camp. But either way, it doesn't matter. The camps will be traded. We do have Kira back in 3 seconds. Even talent tiers for the time being, but still a chunk of a lead for the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. A little bit less than a level. Rip points. I'm going to pull away the towns here for the moment so we can see the objective phase a little bit clearer. Here comes Kira at the north of our screen on the pleb horse. Might have been a bingo square for the players right there, not going to lie. From what I was told by the gillyShark and Bingo members who are in chat, Pepegas on Ice also had their own bingo card they were trying to play. Here with Evolving Sweep is going to be canceled out by the Bunker from the Blaze. Little grenade in from Ekib right there. Lazy Hydra looking for an angle to dive in. Got 50% of the mana. Nice Stormbolt. That's going to be a jump onto Syl. We have the Crushing Jaws onto Murden. He gets the Avatar on the south side of our screen. We have Lightning Breath onto Ekib. Revolving Sweep gets the push onto Chestlooter. No Bunker. It was already used, but Chestlooter gets helped up by Stark. They find the kill. Diablo's souls are spent. He goes down. Stark with the snipe onto Anduin. It's going to be a...
Triple kill.
And an objective phase over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Knight. Stark almost gets that Sandblast onto Bishop Mist. The intention was there, trying to read the direction Bishop Mist was going to go, but with rapid damage from Ekib, this is going to be the Mortar Punisher to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Now Orphea might go down. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. He's got the slow. The Stormbolt doesn't get the piercing value. Diablo comes in to create some space, and he creates enough space to keep the Orphea alive. Sorry, I was chugging the last little bit of my tea right there so that I can show you the level 1s. Healing static at level 13 pairs well into the Thunder Burn from level 1. Muradin with a little extra healing. Doesn't have any cooldown reduction from the reverberation onto his heroic by 5%. 13 talent tier, almost here to the side of Pepegas on ice as the bottom lane fort goes down. Stark on the right, actually Stark on the left, getting the Impaler camp. You've got Chess on the right finishing out over here, and we have mid lane fort down to 60 or so percent. Next Punisher is going to be Frozen. The first one I think was Arcane, right? It's either Frozen or Arcane. I don't remember what the first one was, but it's the opposite of that, since we just had Mortar. But the expectation is for it to be in mid. Could be in top, though, once again, as the Kira does go down. Chesslitter has rotated in. He's waiting for a moment here for a Jet Propulsion. Lands the AoE stun onto the Orphea as well. Well, we have more sand to be dropped by Stark, creating some zoning with the slowing sands. And the members of Pepegas on Ice are looking to find their way back into this fight. They're still down there. Kira, Diablo goes in with a Shadow Charge Light Bomb from the Anduin, gets a big stun onto the enemy. And Stark will go down, but Orphea traded. She finishes out her level 7, actually. Mephisto gets his unyielding power done. Jet Propulsion from Blaze, trying to create a window for Thundercats to get away. Bishop missed. Stops the chase onto Thundercats. Oh no, Diablo. Slows from the oil slick. Chest looter. There's no way you get out of this one. Frozen Punisher will be top. Slow. Dismount. Anduin. Okay, chest looter. Still, okay. I'm a little surprised by that happening. I really thought they had Chesslitter dead to rights, but the 16 talents here comes through for the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. They're going to respawn 4 to 10 in kills, favoring gillyShark and Bingo Knight. And the talent tier advantage by a half a level. I should not be alive. You shouldn't have been alive. No, I agree with you. I think you robbed the enemy team of a kill. Now, Muradin sets up onto Diablo. I don't think Tom... Yeah, Tom's going to go down. That's Diablo, and he did not have full souls. He was at 97 out of 100. Just because you have the 75 consumption doesn't mean that you can buy back. You have to be at full souls, and then it only consumes 75 of the 100. Could you imagine that? Like, you've got 85 souls, and it just consumes 75 of the 85, and you still get the respawn? That'd be broken. That'd be probably very broken. I wonder if they ever toyed with, like, buyback features in this game. Obviously, there's no currency, so, like, I don't know, like, what you'd have to do. Live for a certain amount of time, hit them a bunch of damage. Anyways. I mean, I know we have some characters, like Malthael can buy back. Kel'Thuzad, he's got his phylactery stacks. Like, I know there's some talents that exist, but I just, like, as like, a mechanic for anyone in the game. Yeah, I know there's, like, but I mean it for, like, everybody. Like Gladiator's Medallion sort of deal. I'm not saying Gladiator's Medallion was good or bad. I'm saying that just, like, something that everybody gets, and I don't know, there's some sort of way you achieve it. I guess you couldn't do it through, like, heroic damage, because then healers would never be able to... Some healers would never be able to do that, so I wonder how you do that. I'm not a developer, but it seems like an interesting concept for heroes, since there's no gold in the game. Stormbolt onto Diablo. He does have his full souls. Yes, you see the soul stone on the center of his icon. Gets the Leap of Faith from Anduin. What is the cooldown on Leap of Faith right now? Still has 1 stack, as the Glyph of Faith was the level 16 for said Anduin player. We've got 10-4 favoring the members of Pepegas on Ice. Stormbolt not connecting onto Diablo. Chesslitter getting a globe for the allies. Slowing Sands out from the Chromie, trying to create a little bit of just space for the team, as the Diablo gets rid of that time trap. Now here comes the initiation onto Muradin. Tyke is shredding through. That's going to be the vast majority of Diablo's health pool going down, as we have another initiation from the Muradin. He pops the Avatar. The Durance of Hate goes out. The Flailing swipes to push back the enemy. Kira gets the kill. The Lightning Breath will take down the bunker, but Diablo's souls are spent. Final strike from the Kira. Thundercats will go down. He tries to get a healing pathogen spread back from Chesslitter, I think. And that'll be a 2-for-1 Diablo Souls traded. And I think the members of Pepegas on Ice are going to start building some momentum here post-level 16. 6-12 in kills, but what does that actually mean when we look at the numbers? It's about a 2,200 or so difference. So I gotta say, the amount of kill experience for the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight, it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice amount of experience right there. Bro, that Muradin player inted hard. What a bad player. Wow, Lazy Hydra. Coming in here and flaming people. Oh, just so rude of you. That's so rude of you, Lazy Hydra, to come in here and flame these players who are trying their darndest in community games. One buyback for a team would be strategic and could be impactful. Yeah. But then, of course, you get into the, you know, like in Storm League, like everyone will be like, I need the buyback. The range assassin would always say they need it. The healer would always say they need it. The tank always says they need it. And the solo laner's like, why are you guys dying? XP could be some currency used for buybacks. Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, do it by experience. That'd be, yeah, because experience is soaked by everybody, just about. Or you could just make it a duration thing. Like you could say like post 10 minutes, post X amount of minutes in the game, like you get 1 charge of buyback. Kind of like how they did it with the Gladiator's Medallion, where they just put it on a 5-minute cooldown at the start of the game for everyone. Would you go back a level? Oh no, I'm saying just like it'd be like Jaina, how she does damage to get improved ice block. You just like, as you soak up experience, as you have that passive soak in experience, or not passive, but as you're rotating in lanes and stuff, that's like what fills the bar. That's at least the way I was understanding it. Oh, absolutely. Like it would 100% get used by trolls. It's a fun little concept to think about, since this game doesn't get active development. It's like, oh, I wonder if this was something they ever tested, you know, back in the early stages, or maybe even something they were testing around like Gladiator Medallion time. Whoa, huge setup, but no follow-up. Okay. There was a big play for the moment, doesn't land any sort of kill. Flashy is what we'll call it. Avatar for Muradin will be utilized. Lazy Hydra still just anchoring forward, but they can't really poke onto this keep too much. Stark does have some sand here and there, trying to utilize the edge of this wall as sort of a gap, a no man's land, if you will, against the enemy. Ragnarok missile from the Tychus. That's a leap of faith onto Orpheus. She will be okay for now. Getting some flash healing and desperate prayers from the Anduin. Tychus still dropping big red buttons onto this keep as Diablo actually doubles back, avoids, doesn't get the stun to get the well tap. Ragnarok missiles and the big red button annihilating through this keep. So they waited long enough on the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. They utilized this slowing sands as a no man's land, as we call it, so just it was difficult to kind of trudge through into the enemy. And the gillyShark and Bingo Knight will wait around for 5 seconds and get themselves a camp here on the left-hand side. And the siege camp on the right will be up and available very, very soon. But I think they're all going to play around this together, since it is even talents. And a down fight, or a down member fight without, just to be able to get 2 camps at once, just not worth it. Reset onto Chest Looter and Stark getting mana. Chest Looter going to go clear out top lane, while the rest of the allies finish out this camp for mid. Heroes of the Storm player base is never toxic, though. Oh, no? You mean it's not improbable to climb out of, like, bronze, silver, and gold? Not because of skill, but because you have people who throw temper tantrums because they can't get their hero? Or you didn't do exactly what some random person on the internet decides is the right thing to do, so they're going to throw a temper tantrum and literally avoid doing anything in the game as Zavala on Towers of Doom? No, nobody would ever do that. Remember when Leoric released? Nobody ever just went into games and just died as Leoric constantly. Nobody ever did that. No. People strategically used his death trait correctly. That's just crazy talk, I know. Li Ming wasn't toxic on release. Garrosh Groundbreaker was, I'm on the fence about the Garrosh Groundbreaker release because it used to pull. So like people who played League of Legends and played like a lot of Darius, I guess it was exactly like the range and play. I was talking to a guy about it ages ago. And he's like, dude, it's exactly like, he's like, if you play Darius in League of Legends, you have an upper hand in this. And I guess like that was a big factor. Bishop Mist is going to be taking a ton of damage. This will be, though, the double kill into gillyShark at Bingo Night from Pepegas on ice. Shadow Charge, Light Bomb, Flailing Swipe to push back the enemy. Lazy Hydra was in a bit of a predicament, but doesn't fall. Now, I do want to talk about top lane, Catapults, and Fallen Shaman here on the Keep. Mid lane, Impalers, Catapult just now arriving onto Keep, and that Catapult is just out of range because the Impalers are body blocking, but top lane Keep will fall for free. Murden's actually going to go try and push things up in mid. Lazy Hydra is going to go... maybe this is a bingo square. It's fine. Someone else will clear top Keep. Kira did Hearth back to defend against Lazy Hydra. 47 seconds on the Avatar. Catapult's cleared out of top. The Impaler wave. Murden's out of here in the mid as Tom on this Diablo, so very low, tanking some damage from Thundercats and Stark right there. You picked the wrong talent determined by me. I'm going to throw so I can play next game. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. And like, you can play any hero, and it's just it does, like, sometimes your Storm League games are 6v4. Sometimes you're on a team with 4. Sometimes you're on a team with 6. Sometimes you got that enemy player who's just like, you know what? I want my team to lose because I have a tiny ego. The bingo squares we're going for this game is play as Chromium, win with 3 StarCraft heroes in your team, and use a 40-second cooldown. Thank you, Stark. Well, I do think you have checked all of those boxes, I would assume. Durance of Hate goes out from the Mephisto, going onto so many enemy here, going onto, I think it was actually just Muradin. I'm sorry, I was expecting a lot of gillyShark at Bingo Night members to die with that Durance of Hate, but I guess that's not the case whatsoever. Bishop Mist will go down, yeah.
Team kill!
Diablo souls were expended, he's down to 25, and if he gets scouted here, he should, oh, okay. Diablo is dancing. That's probably a bingo square for him. Flailing Swipe into the wall. Hellgate out. Diablo goes down. And that is another...
Team kill!
Bunker is a fun ability. Bunker is a very fun ability. I realized after my brain kind of caught up on everything that was happening on the screen, I was like, holy crap, Bunker. Holy crap, Bunker from Chess Looter. GG, well played. Map number 1 goes over the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Sometimes you wipe the enemy team accidentally. That's a good point. Choose outcome. Does Orphea finish level 1? Yes, indubitably she did. Our bingo squares where Orphea hits 2 enemy heroes with a single cast of Q. Kira bleeds 4 heroes at once. Win with Mephisto would have been a square, but we didn't contribute to any. I see. Well, why do I have 4 pings in the Elgato Discord? Oh, Friday at 1:30. React if you're able to make it. Make sure you nominate. Okay. I cannot make Friday. Please nominations by mod meeting tomorrow. I need to do. Okay. Hopefully I remember. Oh, I love it when I write sticky notes upside down. All right, good job. There's the stats if you want to see them. Okay. Alrighty, back to Bandit and I. Map number 2 on the way. gillyShark at Bingo Night with the first victory here in map number 1. Do. Shoot some hope. Do. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. Our third best of 3 of the day. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Players are on the correct sides. That's always good. We got a fun draft from both these sides. Do we have any fun level 1s that we can make a prediction off of? Can we make any predictions? Oh, that's the replay. I don't need that anymore. Circle. Okay, Mephisto, no. Roots, no. Zeratul, no. Alright, we'll do a boss prediction. We'll do a boss prediction, chat. We'll do a boss prediction. Start prediction, which... If you know the results, you are welcome to predict. Just don't be like, ooh, I wonder who gets it. Which team gets first boss? Pepegas on ice, bingo, or no boss taken? Alright, we'll have 2 minutes on that one. We'll get ourselves into, I wonder who gets it. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into map number 2 and our third best of 3 of the day here in the Nexus Gaming Series, our wonderful North American grassroots league for Division A. On the left-hand side, we've got Pepegas on ice, Tom on the Zeratul, Mez on the Jaina, Jake playing Malfurion, Tor on Blaze, and Bishop on the Junkrat. To the right-hand side, we got gillyShark at Bingo Night, looking to make this a 2-0, potentially through Tomb of the Spider Queen. Hydra on the Zarya, Thunder on the Alex Straza, Iki playing Mephisto, Schumann playing Leoric, and Stark on the Zool. Let's go ahead and start with that prediction. There are 3 options. Yes, there are 3 options, ladies and gentlemen, for the prediction here. Which team will get first boss? Will it be Pepegas on Ice? Will it be Bingo? Or will no boss be taken? You've got a solid minute and a half to get those gambles in as we take a look at the first engagement here. Alex Straza going into the Circle of Life. Going to be getting those regeneration globes for Mephisto here and being able to spawn the regeneration globes, for Mephisto later on. The assumption is at least Spite at level 4. We'll see what the later talents are going to be as Schumann gets slept by the Malfurion. Emerald Dreams at level 1. Jaina with about 1,000 plus damage, so she's a 12th, over a 12th of the way through her baseline advanced ice block as Zool makes quick work of these waves. Good rotation wave clear from the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night as Lazy Hydra pops the self-barrier and just pressures onto this Zeratul, dropping them down below 50%. As the map is rocking and rolling here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Quick rotations, little pokes here and there. Stark is going to get blasted off of the turn-in. Yeah, imagine. I have no idea. Yeah. Did anyone free... Oh, no one freed Harrison Jones. Hey, that would be a good, that'd be a good bingo square. I feel like that's not trolly. I don't know if you have the bingo square already, but interact with a map Easter egg. So, like, free the sharks on black hearts, get the, Harrison Jones. There's the Inferno Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity. You can get the Treasure Goblin. You have a map Easter egg? Okay, cool. I frequently do the Infernal Shrines one almost every game now. I love the little map, I love the little map Easter eggs. Same thing like I said earlier with, when I was talking about Stormgate. I really hope they've got Easter eggs and stuff like that in Stormgate. I'm excited to, sink into that game and play a ton of it. We will do Heroes of Storm stuff, of course, but... I also had a really good time playing StarCraft yesterday. Obviously, it was very fun because we won a lot of games, but I also learned a lot. I was thinking about it today. I learned a lot yesterday. I set out to do a few things, and I think I accomplished some of those goals. More micro on my, micro and stuff on the queens, getting the macro hatcheries out, making more, extending to a third base consistently in my builds. I'm excited to do, StarCraft's feeling more and more comfortable, so it might be, in a week or two, maybe we start locking down a build and we start really practicing one singular build. What is Stormgate? I'm half scared it's going to be some form of political figure I've never heard of. Stormgate is it is an RTS that's being created by a lot of people who worked on StarCraft. The various StarCrafts, whether it be Brood War, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, Legacy of the Void. There's also developers who worked on Warcraft, like Warcraft 1, 2, and Reign of Chaos, and Frozen Throne. And then you also have some of the developers on that team who have also worked on Command & Conquer in the past as well. So you've got a lot of different RTS influences. I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone who worked on Age of Empires on that team as well. I would not be surprised. You've also got the agreement between Mike Morheim's studio, Dream Shot, I always forget the name of it, Moondoor, whatever. One of Mike Morheim's studios made an agreement with Frost Giant as well to give feedback, and I believe Dustin Browder is on that team getting feedback. And if you don't know who Dustin Browder is, he is a big name in RTS. Actually, I didn't know this. He worked on Command & Conquer too. Oh, goodbye, Mephisto in mid. Ekeep does go down. He rocks. He does rock. Don't forget StarCraft Frozen Throne. Oh, that's my favorite expansion. That is my favorite Diablo expansion. Lazy Hydra gets slowed down here. Gets the self-barrier for a little bit of energy, but no kill onto the Lazy Hydra. He's also destructible. No, he's indestructible. Oh, whoopsies. Dustin Browder is a duck. Actually, a goose. Concussion Mine splits the Zool away from Zarya. Lazy Hydra trying to back away. 15 gems will fall on the ground. The enemy zone. Oh no, Schumann's going to respawn on top of them, getting 10. And Wraith walking out just before they expire. We will see Zeratul pressuring this Leoric. Does he have enough drain hope to stay alive? Jaina's got some slows. Nah, goodbye Leoric, the dieback. Good pressure from the Jaina with the Zeratul for the sustained slow to allow the sustained damage. Or, yeah, sustained slow for the sustained damage, I guess. I thought Age of Empires Dark Crusade was pretty good. I don't know much about it. Age of Empires is the RTS series that I did not play, like, any of. Not that I, like, didn't like it, it was not the game that I had. I had Warcraft and StarCraft, because I got games, and Command & Conquer, I got a bunch of games passed down to me from my brother, so, like, I had Doom, I had Duke Nukem, Command & Conquer, Warcraft. I had the war chest for Warcraft and StarCraft. And the Zool does go down. Concussion Mine, Lazy Hydra tries to get it to trigger before getting blasted over the wall to the enemy. Lazy Hydra staying inside that healing circle from Thundercats. While the Webweaver phase is going to descend here. Mid lane going to get shredded. We've got Leoric clearing out bottom lane. Top lane fairly healthy. A little bit below 50%, and it does seem like this will be fort front gate in top, mid, and bottom to go down. Some damage onto the fort, while Mephisto Ekeep jumps in to try and kill Mez, but cannot get the last little bit of damage onto that Jaina. She'll be able to back away with about 30% on her HP. Alexstrasza done with her level 1. She'll spawn a regeneration globe every single time she pops one of those, abundances. I always flip abundance and circle of life. I always flip those two names. Jaina pushes up a wave into the top lane fort. That's going to get some damage. I don't think it'll take it down. Lazy Hydra is split from the team. Jaina's got her improved ice blocks. Fantastic Twilight Dream from the Malfurion to get the silence onto Zarya. Junkrat gets the kill. It's 8-1 in kills, favoring the side of Pepegas on ice. They might be taking us into that map number 3. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case, as Torrens is going to push up a wave once again into top lane, trying to take down this fort. Zool and friends finishing out the camp on the right side of our map. Both teams have enough for a turn in, but this top lane fort is the apple of their eye. A globe, a wave, and a fort to go down in top. Blaze going to get the 3 gems as well. And apparently you didn't play Dawn of War either. I didn't play Dawn of War either. No, I did not. Duty Nukem. Oh gosh. Remember when they made an FPS Command & Conquer game? Do y'all remember that? What was it, like Command & Conquer Renegades or something? I don't know if anyone remembers that. I got like a bunch of Command & Conquer games once. Like it was like like Best Buy, you could go and buy like the Command & Conquer War Chest, and it came with like 4 or 5 different games. like Tiberian Sun, Red Alert 2, and there was like a Command and Conquer like FPS game. Oh, it was Renegade. Oh my god, yeah. I remember I actually, like, there was one point when I had a connection to the internet, and I tried it out, and I was like, holy shit, this game is awful. They almost had an FPS StarCraft game. I remember that. I think Dustin Browder was actually working on that. Ring of Frost dropped by the Jaina. She gets the improved ice block. There will be a VP from the Zeratul. That Void Prism, we will see Alexstrasza flying up into the sky. Oh my god, Zool is deleted in a blink of an eye. I thought Alexstrasza would be able to get some value with the Cleansing Flame, but it doesn't matter. Malfurion and Jaina to be traded in this moment. Fantastic damage from the Alexstrasza with said Cleansing Flame, and the Webweaver phase will expire here for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They are looking to maybe put some pressure onto this fort, but I don't know if they can do anything beyond Lazy Hydra particle grenades and some flame buffets before the wave does arrive. And this will be top lane fort going down to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Malfurion, Jaina up in 7 seconds. Zool already back into the mix. Noob Zool. Instead, we got Overwatch. We want Dustin Browder to make us an FPS Nova game? No. How about a hyper mobility MOBA FPS? That is really, really hard to watch. Like, not a lot of games are like, I can usually like pick up on games and stuff. Overwatch is just unappealing to watch. Like, it is, I don't know. Maybe I don't play enough Overwatch, but like I think a good example is like Counter-Strike in general. Like, their esport is so easy to watch and pick up on. And Valorant struggled when it first started, but then I remember watching Valorant, like, competitive streams. Hold on one second. That's a jet propulsion from Blaze, eaten by a Mephisto, Durance of Hate. Ring of Frost from the Jaina. Durance of Hate spreading. Leoric trying to pressure a few enemies, silenced by the Malfurion. As the Webweavers will descend, Malfurion to fall, Blaze to go down as well. A VP from Zeratul as he's able to blink away with 30. Alexstrasza, Cleansing Flame! The snipe! 30-something gems drop on the ground. There's no one around to pick them up, and the Webweaver phase will come into lane for the side of Pepegas on ice. A couple of Overwatch streams I watch as a player, not tournament, but mostly the streamer vibes, not the game. Yeah. It's, so, like, I remember, like, some of the early Valorant, like, competitive games I was watching, or, like, esport events. Like, I was like, wow, this game could use a lot of quality of life things that, like, you see in Counter-Strike Source, like, where you can see where the player's looking with sort of the, like, the laser sight for the viewers. You also have, like, full visibility of where the enemies are, like... Like, Valorant actually is very fun to watch nowadays because they have a lot of quality of life improvements. And I know Overwatch was gonna, like... Overwatch, like, had this whole thing during BlizzCon about how they're gonna overhaul, like, the viewing experience and everything for people, and then I don't think that ever came about. Ring of Frost from the Jaina, Concussion Mine from Junkrat gonna be anti-synergistic as Schumann drops 20 gems on the ground. Lazy Hydra wants to step out for those and does manage to do so. We've got Zool getting rooted and booted. That's a double kill to the side of Pepegas on ice, and they are looking pretty good here in this map number 2. I keep saying it, but we'll see if it's actually going to happen. No team has gotten a boss yet. No one has gotten the boss just yet on this map. Will there be a call for it sometime soon? We're going to have to see, because we got a 16 to 15 level advantage to the side of Pepegas on ice. They want this mid lane fort first. I don't like any first-person cameras for FPS viewing. Well, as I said, like, I think the way that they do it for Counter-Strike is my favorite. Because even if you do first-person viewing, it still is, it's not nauseating. And I think that's one of the issues with Overwatch, is that it's so hyper. It's a little nauseating to watch. Like, I don't get motion sick too easily, but like I was just like, this is just, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch just everything being so like snappy. It's a lot of mobility, yes indeed. But hey, as I said, like, if you enjoy it, enjoy it. Like, maybe I'm just showing my age. Maybe I'm just an old man. Those goddamn kids are just moving around too quick. I can't keep up with my eyes. Stark will pop the bone armor, excuse me, the backlash from level 1. Ring of Frost from the Jaina. VP from the Zeratul. Might have been anti-synergistic. Zeratul and Jaina do go down. Silence from Malfurion, but the chase continues. Schumann with the Wraith walk in. That's going to be a Skull Missile. No, it's not. It's a Flame Buffet that takes down the Malfurion. Skull Missile might have helped out. We have the Explosion from Zool, and that's a...
Team kill!
The Poison Nova coming out from Zool. Ekeeb and the rest rush through top lane. This is going to be boss over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Maybe the reason I enjoy Overwatch streams is that they mostly play Mercy, which the camera's less. Oh, that's true, Stark. Yes, yeah. Like Mercy, it's not like watching like a Genji player or something like that who's just like, ha 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 ha. Like they're just like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Look at this, look at this, look at this, doing this over here.
Come, my children, join the
Wait, we took the boss. We choose outcome. Which team gets first boss? gillyShark at Bingo Night did get first boss. That kills me. Alrighty, it's 11 apiece in kills. We almost have even levels. The talent tiers are equal for now. Junkrat concussion mine over the wall into Stark. Pops the backlash after getting a shield from the Zarya, getting bopped again by another concussion mine. The Ring of Frost avoided by Stark. Gets another barrier from Lazy Hydra. And Zool, who was displaced so early on, still able to back away. Another concussion mine. The Webweaver plus boss in the top lane is here on the keep. This should be keep guaranteed for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Schumann Wraith walks in, and that is going to be a kill from Mephisto onto the Jaina. She's dead for 50. The Blaze able to get the jet propulsion out. Now, is this a game ender for gillyShark at Bingo Night? Jake low on the right-hand side of the screen on the Malfurion, trying their best to get some autos out. Boss will still be up. It's the Webweaver that did expire. Alex draws a Cleansing Flame, trying to get some heals, but the VP did mitigate some of that. Jake, Expulsion Zone, zoned away. Core shielding has dropped, but not a whole lot of damage. Only 10% on the core currently. 89% actually right now. 11% off the core. The Webweaver phase in mid is still pushing in, and gillyShark at Bingo Night will back off. They've got the 20 talents here off of... they'll just probably passively soak this up, realistically. There it is. I just don't like first-person cameras for Observer because it's not a static view in order to get a full game sense. Yeah. Well, once again, as I circle back to Counter-Strike, it's the way that they do their camera work. When they do jump into first person for like Counter-Strike stuff I've watched, and of course, you know, it's been around for so long, so a lot of the stuff has been developed and like vetted and figured out how to be like clear. The way that they like set up the map and who moves where, and then they start going into first-person view for like some of the firefights. It's just really, it's a nice blend. It's a really nice blend. But anyways, I also love Counter-Strike. Like that was my first big esport thing I ever did. Not on stream. I played a lot of Counter-Strike Source. And it was the first thing I really watched on Twitch as well. Time to buy the meat for my chili. Be back later. Looks like meat's back on the menu for Kalis, boys. Kalis, like, I've done what Kalis did. I actually did it recently when I made curry. I was making like the curry and I was doing the beef base and everything. And then I started cutting up my potatoes and I was like, I have only 3 potatoes. Riptire from the Junkrat. Zeratul will go down to the Alex Straza. She'll jump into the sky. Cleansing Flame lands on the far side. Wind Buffet into the enemy to push them back into the allied team of gillyShark at Bingo Night. That is going to be Junkrat, the lone defender. Bishop missed, trying to get out of here as Stark rushes on in. Stark wants the Penta. Lazy Hydra poking on as well. Might have been a bingo square for one of these, for gillyShark at Bingo Night to maybe get a pentakill onto the enemy. Riptire Junkrat. He's standing still. That's a concussion mine. He's able to jump towards the north side of the map. Still 40 seconds. I mean, the lowest death timer is the Zeratul, and that's a
Team kill!
The domination from gillyShark at Bingo Night. They will take map number 2 in our third best of 3 of the day. GG, well played. Shout out to Thundercat. This game, lad played out of his mind. That was a really good Alex Straza. I do declare. Three potatoes. Are we talking about Storm League game again?
Smoke weed.
Oh, wrong button. Oopsies, wrong button. Then the third-person flying observer doesn't usually get you a good game sense of the micro and the FPS, so usually you have to swap between frequently. It just doesn't feel great to me. Oh yeah, I'm with you, Ninja. Yeah. Our bingo was Zeratul solos a camp, Malfurion ambushes an enemy with the silence 20, and Jaina main tank.